Hello everybody, this is Chromical018, and this is going to be my thoughts on 7 Deadly Sins, Season 2, Episode 10. This happens right after Meliodas finishes his test, and they leave Elizabeth in there to finish hers. And so, in order for Meliodas to get his full power back, he's going to have to obviously strengthen his body, because it's been 10 years since I think it was taken. So, yeah, he's going to have to get his body prepared in order to receive it. Just like what Midoriya did before he received All Might's power. Anyway, they all go in there and they have to essentially take out off any equipment, like any armor, weapons, whatever. Gother takes this to the extreme and takes off all his clothes. I am tired. Anyway, let's see. They go in there in pairs, and Gil Thunder and Hauser end up as a pair, and apparently they work together again. The previous time they were in the cave and they got their butts handed to them. They actually end up coming with a few, I think, new moves to fight the enemy that they had to fight, and yet they still failed because they weren't able to completely defeat it before time, I guess. But they didn't come out crispy this time. I mean, literally, they looked crispy last time. And, let's see. Gother and Arthur ended up as a pair. And they had to fight, apparently, a sentient suit of armor. But even though Gother tried to disrupt it, it essentially proved that all the pieces were sentient instead of just, the head. And it actually decapitated Gother, but as we all know from the last season, that doesn't work. It doesn't work on Gother, especially since this season we find out Gother is actually a little doll, quite literally a doll, so that's not going to work anyway. Makes me wonder, how would you kill him? Would you have to completely incinerate his body into ash in order for it to happen? Actually, that might be the only way you could kill him. Anyway, yeah, they have to do that. I don't know if they actually succeed or not. And let's see. What else ended up happening in this episode? I can't really remember. Oh, yeah. Never mind. The big thing that happens in this episode, we find out more about Bond's backstory when he was a kid. He ended up befriending a guy named... I can't remember what the guy's name is. But he taught Bond how to be a thief, how to steal, pickpocket, stuff like that. And we actually find out that the guy had a son that he hasn't seen in a while. And they're actually planning a big job, and Bond was waiting for him, and the guy ended up oversleeping. And as he's trying to make his way there, Bond ended up getting captured and was getting beat up. And... who's that? Sorry, I heard someone go in the bathroom. I didn't know if that was Wyatt or Jackson. Jackson usually goes in there to pee. Anyway, before he gets there, he finds out that some guards were going after a beast cub that someone had spotted in the mountains, and he ended up being the same beast man that they were helping. And he had a difficult choice to make. Save his son or save Bond, who was like a son to him. Because his real parents were, well, pieces of garbage. And, yeah, he chose to go save his own son. But sadly, he ended up being too late. His son died because he got killed. And Bond actually knew the whole time that it was him. And told him that it's okay, I'm not mad at you for doing that, because if you had tried to save me instead of your own son, I would never have forgiven you. And actually, I don't know if that happens in... yeah, that actually happens in this episode. And this two hug. And right after that, they ended up going to the pairs. And anyway, Meliodas and King end up being a pair, And King appears to be having suspicions about Meliodas as they go in to face their challenge. Instead of picking a goddess Amber like they were supposed to, King starts attacking Meliodas and asking him questions like, are you truly on our side? Who are you? What are you? But we don't get to see all that, because that's in the next episode. Anyway, yeah, I liked how they actually put Bond's father figure in this whole thing before they even started on his backstory. I really hope it's happening in the living room. Sorry, I hear noises. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction, and I will see everybody next time.